tell me how this all came together with the Big 12 and with the Big 10. How did those discussions start?
Well, look, PayPal is one of the largest, most ubiquitous wallets and payment platforms in the world. And it was clear that these revenue share programs were coming to fruition. We started a conversation over a year ago to really think about how do we safely, securely ensure that student athletes get their money, and that the institutions are able to make these payments in a thoughtful and clear way. And so it's really been a tremendous partnership, great connection with Brett and the team, and ensuring that, again, student athletes and universities are able to have this money moved in the right way.
Brett, does this, when you're discussing with your athletic directors and everything, does this make it a little bit easier moving forward July 1st when we talk about dispersing payments, and how so? What's the reception been like?
Reception's been great, and thanks for having us. Obviously, you know as well as I do, you're changing behavior in the whole ecosystem right now. You're no longer working with vendors, but you really want partners in this new age of collegiate athletics. So we had to educate them a little bit on what a partnership with PayPal and Venmo would look like, but they all got on board. They understand that dispersing money needs to be done with a partner that can deliver security, reliability, and there's no one better in the industry. When we thought about this partnership, it really goes beyond the obvious. I mean, PayPal and Venmo, 400 million customers across the globe, both consumers and merchants. The most popular mobile payment apps in the United States. So we are partnering with the best in the business as we enter into this new age of collegiate athletics. And I think the interesting part about what we've been able to put together here, it's really the first time, and I'll speak on behalf of the Big 12, where we have taken the conference and our assets and integrated those with school assets to come up with what we think is a unique and innovative partnership and business solution for PayPal and Venmo. So this could be the first of many. And although the announcement today was with two conferences, I think that this type of partnership will certainly be found across campuses throughout the country because it's the right thing to do. And uniformity is good right now.
Alex, I understand there's going to be some other facets of this agreement, including some partnerships and some situations there with different championships events and everything. Could you kind of expound on that for me a little bit?
Sure. Well, first, just to build on Brett's comments, one of the things that gets me most excited is we're meeting these students where they are, right? 19 million college students. Venmo is the number one app that they're using. Over half already have Venmo and they're using it. So we're putting dollars into the wallet that they use every day. And part of the sponsorships and the other elements are ensuring that these college students now have the best way for them to interact with their parents, with their friends. They're already, splitting their lunch with their friends with their Venmo app. But now we're adding additional merchant, additional potential NIL distributions there as well. We'll be creating the opportunity for students to be able to make tuition payments through PayPal and through Venmo. And so this is just the start of an ecosystem. College students are really important for us. It is part of this next generation of the financial app that we're trying to build. And so you're going to see us bringing together the entire ecosystem. And again, as Brett said, we're announcing two conferences today. We're in discussions with the rest, and we think this is the right opportunity to connect students with the money that's coming to them.
You mentioned, Brett, needing more uniformity in a lot of ways with college athletics. We're starting to see some first steps of that, obviously, with the College Sports Commission, some quicker governance maybe potentially being in effect there. What are some other issues you see on the horizon that you kind of hope that everybody gets on board with, that we see some uniformity across all conferences, whether it's revenue sharing or any other facets?
Well, I mean, obviously, we're in the thick of a lot right now. You know it better than most. New governance is certainly something that's on the table, and how do we modernize that approach? Settlement obviously creates guardrails that everyone must sign up for. And I think that's critically important as we think about this new age of collegiate athletics. But even, as I said, uniformity and how money is being moved to the student athletes in rev share. Student athletes move from a school to another school that they can continue to rely on Venmo. So I think you'll see more and more of that moving forward. And I don't have any particular ideas today how to better define uniformity, but I do think we need to have, some stitching amongst these conferences. And I think this is the first of many moving forward that will make a big difference in the ecosystem.
How close were we to the PayPal Big 12 conference, guys?
Well, listen, I'm an innovator, and so is Alex. And when we were in the market and started talking about different opportunities, and 14 months ago, it's always nice to dream big. I'm a firm believer in it. But then reality sets in and you start learning about everyone's goals and objectives. And I think we've landed in a terrific place, one that's very authentic, one that helps students, our institutions, their families. So despite where we landed, I think it's the right place.
And I think we ended up actually in a place that, to Brett's point, is really authentic. We'll be rolling out a Venmo debit card with school logos on it. You can get it now. You go to venmo.com/collegecard, and you're able to find, this is not just for the students, but for alumni, because they're all using Venmo as well. And so this actually allows us to, meet our customers where they are, allow them to support their schools, and really be proud when they use the wallet that they use every day.
Brett, I have to ask, how do you feel about the stages we're in right now with college football playoff discussions and moving forward?
Well, I've, been pretty vocal about it, as you know. And I thought this past year's playoff was terrific. The new format, the expanded access did everything we had anticipated, created a lot of drama. Late season, just incredible games for fans. And as I look forward, to the future, I do like enhanced access. I do like a 16-team format. I think that's good for college football. But I like the 5-11 format. I think earning it on the field is critically important. I think that's what's fair. I think it's what the fans want. They don't want something that's predetermined. So I'm going to continue to double down on that format. It's going to be a discussion that the CFP Management Committee has throughout the summer months. We're in no rush. We do have a bit of a deadline late next fall. But I think until now, between now and then, we'll look at the data. We'll continue to vet out different possibilities. But I'm for fairness, and I'm for winning it on the field.
Alex, what other opportunities do you see on the horizon potentially when it comes to college athletics for PayPal and Venmo?
Well, look, the Venmo, as I said, is ubiquitous across college campuses. So this is going to be an investment that we're in for the long haul. This is a great first start. And again, as I said, we're going to make sure that we've got ubiquity across all the conferences and ensure that all student athletes are there. But again, our users are beyond just athletes. And so when you're on college campuses, we announced a partnership a couple days ago with Taco Bell to give our users tremendous discount when they use Venmo at Taco Bell. There's a lot of hungry college students out there. And so we're just getting started when it comes to investing in this next generation.